Hi guys, how is everyone? Mhm. um, Today is just gonna be like a really quick one, and I wanted to talk about how I don't believe in the mindset of constant black excellence or um constant black girl magic, or I believe that that is a trap. I just want to say it here on out. Black women are en masse an exhausted group of people. Black women are exhausted. And Black women, it is okay to rest. It is okay to take whatever rest you need to do, because this exhaustion permeates into every area of our lives. And when do we start believing that we need to work harder than everybody else? We need to work 10 times better than everyone and do things 10 times as better and as harder, and we need to work harder and be better. When does that start? Childhood. It starts in childhood. You see your peers and they're getting things that maybe you're not getting, even though you're working just as hard. And then that's your first taste into realizing that life is unfair. And it does something to a child. It changes the child prematurely. It makes the child almost loses innocence, I guess, because that's the child's first taste of injustice in the world. When you realize that you can work hard and you still won't get what you want sometimes. That's just how it is. And I honestly completely believe that a lot of Black women really, they're just trying to survive, and the struggle to trying to survive, it leads to complete and utter exhaustion, breakdown in confidence, self-esteem, and just energy levels, like the rest levels. We're not getting enough sleep. And guys, I did a video previously on this about why I couldn't sleep, because I was struggling to sleep at the time. A lot of us don't get enough sleep, and sleep is so incredibly important. Sleep is so incredibly important. All this, this hustle culture and grind culture has done a lot of disservice to people, especially people who are trying to make money, are trying to survive, people on low incomes, people struggling. Hustle culture and grind culture has done a lot of disservice, because they always go, oh, you need to be up at 5, you need to be working hard, you need to be, who the fuck is getting up at 5, please? Who is waking up at 5? Oh, you need to wake up at 5, and then you need to have an exercise routine at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then you need to go and do meditation, and then you need, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Seriously, all of this is a lot. This is a lot in a world where people are genuinely just trying to live. Like, it's exhausting to keep yourself alive. And when you see guys going on about, talking about how women are gonna die alone, do you not understand that actually women these days, they want to be alone? Because being around people requires so much effort and so much energy. And these women already, they don't even have the energy. They don't even have the energy to entertain you as a boyfriend, as a husband, as a mother, to entertain children as a mother. This is why a lot of women are now saying, okay, I want to be child free, because they're tired already of just, like, they're tired just sustaining their existence, just living. I hear stories of women who are pregnant, and there are men out there displaying their women on social media, so happy that their women are working incredibly hard jobs very late into their pregnancy. I've seen it all over Facebook when I used to have Facebook. People would be going, oh, I'm so grateful for my lovely wife. She's working so hard, even with twins in her belly. How is that a good thing? How is that a good thing? And then these same women are the women that, they're not protected, they're not provided for. And some of them end up having to go back to work in very, very soon after pregnancy, after they've had the baby, even when they're supposed to be resting. Having a baby is a massive risk. And yes, there are medical interventions, and medicine is really fantastic and has helped so much, and we've come so far. Obviously, this is not the 1800s, but women still die, especially black women. Black women die disproportionately in childbirth. It happened to that influencer, Nicole, Fia Nicole Rain, or I think her name was Nicole Fia Rain, I'm not sure. And her story really made me cry. Like, I genuinely cried, and black women are ignored when they're in pain. When they're in pain, especially when they're pregnant, they're ignored because apparently we're supposed to be stronger. We're supposed to be able to take the pain more, And this is why I always tell you, black women, do not be afraid to cry. Cry, cry. If you're in pain, cry. Cry crocodile tears. Cry tears. I don't even kill spiders. If I see something and I'm afraid, I'm back to being a little girl. I'm back to being a little girl. I don't class myself as strong. In fact, my partner sees me as incredibly fragile, and that's how I like it. I do not ever be afraid to cry, because that also is another way that black women are made to look like they're strong. They can take anything. And actually, no woman wants to be a superwoman. A woman is forced to be a superwoman through various different circumstances, but no woman wants to be a superwoman. Look at in the US. In the US, black women die at an incredible rate in childbirth. So much, so much. And it's because a lot of them are ignored when they complain, when they cry, when they tell you that they're in agony. And childbirth is not easy. It's not easy. It's not. Any man that says, "Oh, women are you're born to give birth," that doesn't mean that a woman will survive the birth. It doesn't mean that your child will survive the birth. Nothing is given. Look, every time a baby comes out healthy, you really need to be thanking God, because it's not guaranteed. The mother's life is not guaranteed. The child's life is not guaranteed. And a lot of people don't understand this. When you have a baby, it completely changes your entire system. You've got a whole human being busting out of you. Like, it's not a small thing. It's like, okay, imagine having a house and you had furniture. You bought the furniture and, the house has furniture in it and everything's arranged. When the baby comes out of you, it's like having the furniture inside the house permanently rearranged forever. It's never the same. It's not the way it was. And a lot of black women are utterly exhausted, just trying to survive, trying to pay bills, trying to just get themselves, which is why in my previous video, I was so confused that black men were saying black women's education and income didn't matter, because a lot of women are literally struggling to get themselves on the ladder, especially black women. And guys and girls, because this doesn't just even go for black women, it can go for anybody. Exhaustion is a precursor to death. When you start feeling so exhausted that you are struggling to sleep, and that happens because a lot of us don't get enough sleep. You need at least 7 to 9 hours. Hustle culture will have you believing you can build a whole business at 5 a.m., waking up at 5 a.m. two years in a row, which is ridiculous. All you're going to do is permanently damage your body. And those health effects will be felt in your later years when you're 40, 50, 60. And black women, you don't realize that when you start feeling so exhausted that you're struggling to sleep, you're not enjoying the taste of your food, you're crying, you're miserable all the time. All of these are signs of premature death, because essentially what happens is before you die, your body needs to completely break down. And lack of rest kills the body. Stress leads to diseases. In fact, stress is one of the number one causes of disease, heart disease. I told you guys in my previous video about how my landlord died. My landlord died of stress, of overwork. Genuinely, he dropped dead one day. Rest in peace. Like, I really, really liked that guy. He was a friend. Like, he was actually a dear friend. But he overworked himself to death, quite literally. He would be up at 7 in the morning. He would be doing all the renovations to all the properties on his own. Refusal to ask for help, refusal to allow yourself to rest. It got to the point where like he wasn't even showering when he needed to be. He was just working, working, working every day. And the body said, I can't take it anymore. And he just dropped what he was doing, dropped where he was and died. Literally, just dropped dead. And this is what a lot of Black women don't understand. No one is going to give you permission to rest. No one is going to give you permission to take a break. No one is going to give you permission, to sleep when you need to. And some of you men want to know why this femininity stuff has become so popular. This femininity stuff is born out of tiredness and exhaustion. And you guys want to wonder why the whole Black women in luxury movement has moved so far and has come so far on TikTok? Because Black women are tired. They're exhausted from all the work of what they're doing, having to survive. So now they're saying that they no longer want to do this and they just want to rest. But also, they are realizing that actually they're worthy of rest. Black women are worthy of rest. Like, you are worthy. You are worthy to relax. You need to relax, and you have every right to not be creating all the time. You don't have to be creating all the time. There's this obsession where you need to monetize all your hobbies. No. Guys, I do not monetize all of my hobbies at all. In fact, you can see YouTube is not a monetization thing. This is a hobby for me. I don't care if it gets monetized or if it doesn't. You don't have to monetize your existence, your every aspect of your existence. You see people going, oh, I write. And then someone will say, oh, you should make money out of that. Maybe the person just doesn't want to. Maybe they just want to write for the joy of writing. But there's this pressure that people are, putting on themselves. And you don't need to fall into that trap. Look, people will have you working to death for them if you allow it. And in your funeral, they will cry, oh, she was so wonderful. Oh my God, she was such a good person. She did everything for everyone. Yeah, she did everything for everyone. That's why she's dead. Because she didn't do enough for herself. And rest is important. You need this. And I'm not even just talking about sleep. I'm talking about just not feeling like you have to do that last bit of work. If it's not going to completely destroy your life, there is tomorrow, Oga. There is tomorrow. Tomorrow, okay? There is tomorrow. My mom always used to say, today's issue is tomorrow's problem. Whatever you can't sort out today, leave it till tomorrow. I really need Black women to understand that you need rest, especially the exhausted ones. You need self-care. And there's been almost like a demonization of self-care. Self-care does not mean laziness. In fact, self-care is an act of work towards yourself, realizing that you need maintenance. As a woman, as a human being, you need maintenance. Getting your nails done. This is not materialistic. Going for a massage, going to wax yourself, going to relax somewhere in a spa, going to lie down when you need a nap, going to, eat good food. This is not laziness. This is not materialism. This is self-care. Your body needs this. Your life needs this. And this is not even this also permeates in what we eat. We're in such a rush. We are not even eating well. We're in such a rush. We don't even have time to cook food properly that will nourish our bodies. Out here eating takeaway, frozen pizza rubbish. Guys, I actually make sure that I eat 5 to 6 fruits and vegetables every single day. I eat 5 to 6 fruits and vegetables every single day. I take the time to cut them, to prepare them. Because why? This is important. This is my body. This is my nourishment. So, Black women, we need rest. It's okay to get rest. It's okay if you're too tired. Don't be out here acting as if you can do everything all on your own, because it's impossible. It's hard. And if you are, it means you're creating a sleep deficit, a rest deficit. And believe me, they come to collect. Those things come to collect. Too many of us experience sleep debt. So, where you don't sleep the night before and then you stay in the bed longer to try and sleep, see if you can catch up on the sleep that you missed. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Constant overthinking, worries, anxieties, all of this also stop you from resting. Giving yourself the permission to let those negative thoughts go. Giving yourself permission to realize that you don't need to constantly be thinking about a problem 100 times over. I've always had this mindset that if you make a decision and you've gone through the various scenarios and this is the best decision, stick to it and let it go. Don't constantly ruminate over that decision. Don't do that, because that causes anxiety, overthinking, and Black women need to realize that you need to give yourself that grace to actually not overthink so much, not dwell on negative things so much, and just be. So there are periods in my day where I live in a state of nothingness. I don't think about anything. I don't do anything. I just sit there like a vegetable. And it's so wonderful, because at that point in time, nobody requires me to do anything. I don't require anything of myself. I just do that. And the last thing I will talk about is Black women, allow yourself to be spoiled by a guy, especially a guy that loves you, or even just random guys. I talk about how I've been spoiled by random men all the time. And that doesn't mean that I haven't worked. Obviously, I've worked, but that doesn't mean I haven't enjoyed being spoiled by guys. And I allow myself to be spoiled by men. I allow myself to be spoiled by and even men that I love that love me, like my partner. And it's okay. It's okay. No one's saying you should, you know, not do things for yourself, of course, but learn to enjoy learn to enjoy someone spoiling you. In fact, I believe that me enjoying people spoiling me has helped me to relax so much. Back in my early 20s, I was busting ass for no reason. like, honestly, when I think about it, I'm like, what? And when I realized that actually, you know what, let guys spoil me, they can spoil me and I'm good. And I realized this when I was 21, so I realized this very early. I began to enjoy life a lot more. That doesn't mean I wasn't doing things and working towards things for myself. But if a guy, okay, like for instance, I don't pay for any dates. I don't pay for any food. In fact, my partner pays for my groceries. Like, I don't pay for any outings. You know, there are certain things you don't want to be thinking about as you get older, especially when you have someone in your life. You need to allow some of that burden away. You need to trust someone enough to give someone else the responsibility to make your life easier. Like, I know it's easier said than done because a lot of people aren't trustworthy, but, this is where vetting comes in. And, my partner will spoil me. He would take me out. He would do, and this is not just my current partner. This is all my previous partners. Another thing that will help you rest is set an expectation of being spoiled. Some of you are out here with men that won't even buy you a biscuit from the news agent. Hey, Jesus of Nazareth. He won't even buy you a biscuit. He won't even take you to the cinema. You'll be splitting the bill in the restaurant. Oh God. Like, that's not normal. If you're with someone that actually really loves you and wants to take care of you, because most guys, when they really love you and they want to take care of you, it's a joy for them to do things. It's a joy for a man who loves a woman to take care and provide. It is a joy for him. Because I'm talking from experience. Every man that I've been in a relationship with has loved me, and that usually means they do things for me without me asking sometimes even. And even when I do ask, they do them and they enjoy doing them. Because why? The love is there, the one is there. So this is the last part of what I would say, when I'm talking about how Black women need to rest. Stop trying to be superwoman. Chill. Give yourself the permission to not overthink on negative thoughts and let them go. Allow yourself to cry and show emotion. You know, like I said previously, I cannot be killing spiders. In fact, if I see one, I'm screaming like a little girl, and my guy will come and kill them for me. I don't do it. I don't do nothing. And the last thing as well, get some sleep. Get sleep, get sleep, get sleep, get sleep, get sleep. If your job is killing you, and that happens a lot, then you need an exit plan immediately. No, don't waste time on that. And don't be afraid to see that plan through. There are resources out there to help you. And then the final one, allow yourself to be spoiled. Spoiled by men. In fact, do you know most of the handbags I have about 40, 45 handbags. More than half of those handbags have been bought for me by guys. I'm just going to tell you the truth. More than half of those handbags have been bought for me by men. That's just an example. Allow yourself to be spoiled. Allow yourself to be spoiled. It increases the self-esteem. It's important. Okay, that's all I have to say. Some of these things I said, they can also be applied to like Black men, white men, white women, whoever. So yeah, see you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye now.